Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got another race for week 11. We are out here in short track series doing the super late model fix series here at USA, and we are going out for qualifying. I expect to get fully torched in this race. Just do not have the pace at all to hang with anybody. We're about 3.5 tenths off the fastest guys, and just cannot get the handle on how to get the power down quickly in this car or get around the corners fast. So I feel like anytime I try to push it hard, I end up all over the place. So first lap's going to be really slow. Hopefully the second lap is a little bit faster. And qualifying should put us probably somewhere around the back third of the pack or so, depending on who qualified. Looks like there might be some fast guys behind us that are not qualifying that'll be able to blow by us. This is all going to be about wreck avoidance. That's the only way we're going to be able to make up any spots. We are car 16 out of 18, and I would fully expect to finish somewhere in there if it went green and nobody wrecked. So it's going to have to do the best that we can to try to make it work and see what we're able to do. You can see that still way off, and we're about a quarter of a second off or so. In 11th, at least, if we can hold that, we'll be starting on the inside, which is a little bit better than being on the outside. You can see 387, so we're almost 4 tenths off. Yeah, it's just not good at all. Looks like the 4 is the only car behind us that didn't qualify that should be a lot faster. 6 may or may not be faster. Not sure what kind of lap he put in, if that was close to his potential or not, as he didn't practice. We were dead last for everybody that practiced. I'm just going to hope that maybe this goes green all the way and we can try to save tires and move up a little bit. Honestly, finishing somewhere where we are, 9th to 11th, I'll be thrilled to death with that. If we can avoid wrecks, maybe we can actually get somewhere, try to move up. Looks like there's a pretty big speed difference, so not sure if that's going to cause a lot of tight racing or if everybody's going to be kind of spread out once we get going. Still easy to lose it off the corners. It's USA. It kind of does that in most cars anyways, and if you clip the apron through the corners, you can definitely lose it. So just going to try to do the best, learn while we're going, see if we can keep it clean, see if I can get a incident-free race, which in these cars for me can sometimes be a shock because it's just kind of how the nature of this racing goes. But hoping maybe we can try to keep a decent streak going. Haven't run these in a while. Thought it'd be kind of fun, even though it's a free track and can sometimes lead to a little bit of worse racing. And just had very little expectations. Just want to try to get the car around the track and avoid as much as I can, see what we can do with it. So just gonna do what we can, try to get you guys something. Hopefully we won't be in our own little bubble for the entire race, and we'll be able to race somebody or have something interesting. But hopefully also at the same time we'll get some green flag runs in and not have issues with cautions constantly. While that would help us try to shoot for incident-free race, or if we're able to avoid the wrecks, would allow me to move up. I also don't want anything too boring for you guys, so just gonna do what we can. Should be get ready to pull off relatively soon, and yeah, it's gonna be it'll be an interesting race for sure. It's gonna be trying not to get run over. If anybody wants to look on us, I'm not going to block. I'm not going to hold anybody up because I know probably the vast majority of the field is going to have more pace than us. But, it's just going to be all about trying to keep the car going in the right direction, avoiding contact with anybody, and doing the best we can at that point. Get ready to roll. I have got the brake bias back all the way. I am running steering ratio at 14:1, which is the highest you can go. Probably should be running a 12:1 since it is a shorter track, but just feel like for me, in order to try to save tires in case we go green for a long period of time with the 65 laps, that I it'll force me to try to drive it a little bit better. Plus, I think it makes it a little bit easier for me to catch it when it starts getting loose, which I'm more apt to do. If I was a good enough driver to not get it loose very often, then I, probably could get away with the 12:1 or the 10:1. We are running, I believe, +8 on the steering offset. Didn't really get much practice in to play around with that and see what I was most comfortable with and see if it makes a difference. So just kind of stuck with what I felt I ran the most comfortable with in practice. Looks like we got the one who's kind of blinking and all over the place. Looks like that's on him and not us. as we're seeing everybody else no problem, so that could be an interesting thing if he comes back in or not. Yeah, that's definitely going to cause some issues for sure, so just have to keep an eye out for that. Not sure what's going to happen there. So, getting ready to go green. We're going to start in second gear. Going to try to be as smooth as we can, get up through the gears, get off the corner as best as we can, and we're off and rolling. Might try to short shift just to get into fourth as quickly as possible. And yeah, definitely just try to watch. You got the wreck happening already. Looks like the 10 is losing it. We're able to avoid them. No caution yet, so we're going to have the 12 looking like he's going to go inside. We'll give it to him going into the corner. Again, really just kind of trying to ride around and do the best he can. The 12 actually loses it off in the corner. And he was able to keep it going, but still on our inside, so didn't want to cut down, even though the spotter told me I was clear. No real reason to push it. 17's behind. We may or may not get freight trained. That's okay, honestly. Just kind of trying to run. Looks like we get clear, so we will try to jump back to the bottom. Wasn't trying to look to the inside of the 12, was just trying to get myself back to the bottom. Got it on session best lap right now. May eventually switch to session last lap. We've got the 4 looking to the inside of us. I figured with him qualifying behind us, or not qualifying, he would got loose, lose it. There goes the incident-free race, but at least able to keep it off of the wall, out of contact. We're definitely going to go a lap down. Going to try to get ourselves back in the right direction as quickly as we can, and just hope that we have a caution that comes out at some point. So back to 16th. Looks like 2 cars are out of the race right now, or didn't start. So we are at least on our car number. If we can get a caution at any point in time, then that'll allow us to catch back up to the field, and we should be okay. So fortunate that I killed the incident-free race. Just got on the throttle a little too hard there, trying to get out of the corner and lost it. So puts us in a little bubble. We are 10 seconds back, which, you know, is about half a lap back from 15th. So we're just going to try to do the best we can. Hopefully try to stay out in front of the leaders, and if not, just be the only car 1 lap down, so that if caution comes out, we get the lucky dog. And see if we can try to put any kind of lap times down to try to start catching up to the 11. Who knows if there's going to be problems. I thought there would be, but maybe this race will go fairly clean and we'll just have been the only one to do something stupid. So I guess if we can get out of it with the 2X, that's not too bad overall. Just got to be a little bit careful right now because the tires are still a bit warm from the slide, so don't want to push it. We are probably one of the slower cars on the track, in all honesty, but going to do the best that I can. Looks like we're slowly catching the 11, a couple tenths a lap or so. Got on throttle a little too early there, had to wait on it so that I didn't get in the wall out of 2. Leaders are definitely catching us. 5 is pulled away quite massively from second place, so if we get to him, shouldn't be too big of a gap. We'll just have to hope at that point that we can either catch the 11 in the back of the pack to be the first car a lap down, or that we can get a caution at some point. Otherwise, we will be trapped a lap down and we'll be pretty far behind, because nobody's going to take a pit stop under a caution unless they've got damage, since there's no tires. So just going to do the best that we can. Looks like we aren't the slowest car on the track, which is nice, but yeah, just trying to work the car. As soon as the 5 gets to us, we'll get out of the way, give them the inside of the corner, let them by. Just trying to do the best I can to get the car off the corner as quickly as possible without sliding the tires. That's only going to heat them up and make it even harder to get off. We are slowly catching the 6, so not by much, and probably not enough to get back to him before the end of the race, but we at least are making somewhat of progress on them. And really hoping that we can get a caution relatively soon, because we are going to be the first car a lap down in a couple of laps. Lost it a little bit off of 4 there, so wasn't able to close up with a 6 that time. 5's going to be looking to our inside. We'll give it to them this time through 3 and 4 just so they can get by us. Got a good bit of a gap back to second, so we'll have a few laps where we can just ride around again, but hopefully we can either catch a caution soon or we can, I don't know, try to do something. I think the leaders are going to be getting to the back of the pack a little bit faster than we'll be getting to them, so the hope will just be a caution before that point. That way we can get the lucky dog. It seems like everybody's kind of sorted out. I wondered with the speed differences in qualifying if it would be one of those where you just get small little groups that would be kind of spread out and it would be a little bit cleaner overall than everybody being really tight together and getting on top of each other. Which meant it was going to be who was going to blink first and make a mistake. Unfortunately, it was us. You can see we lost it again off the corner, so it's going to kill more time, so it's looking most likely like a 16th place finish unless a wreck happens, which, you know, not at all what I wanted, but kind of what I expected since this is not a very good car combination for me. I mean, I enjoy doing it, I'm just absolutely terrible at it, so just going to try to do the best that I can and try to log laps, see what we can do. Hopefully try to catch a fortunate break, otherwise we'll just run around here and try to give you guys something to watch. Laps are definitely quick enough fast. We are on 19 out of 65. We're a lap back, so we're just getting ready to start lap 20, so we'll be closing in on a third of the way there already. Just trying to run, don't want to hold the 2 car up too much. Once he gets back to us again, we'll let him by likely through 3 and 4 again. Try to get out of the way. Just so far off the pace. Just really need to take a ton of time to learn how to drive these things and be able to be a little bit quicker with them. I think they are definitely easier to drive with the new update compared to the old super late model, but they're just, I'm not very good at it at all. I think you can drive them much more aggressive than what I do, and that's just not an edge I've been able to find at all. You can see it looks like the 2's trying to drive it a little bit looser into the corner, which again might be the optimal way, and I just can't find the way to do that, so
that last lap was 21.
Just trying to make sure I get the car slowed down in time. I feel like that was something that I noticed I was doing in practice. There was plenty of times I wasn't slowing it down enough. I was trying to drive it in a little bit harder, wouldn't get it in enough, and then I was either leaning on the right front too much or I was sliding it around. So just trying to study, you know, go to school while I can, learn from these fast guys, see if there's anything I can try to learn and copy. Move the brake bias back a little bit. Let the 7 by this time prevent him from being held up by us at all. Looks like we may actually go 65 green, which means due to our stupid mistake, we are going to finish 16th. Finish right where we were supposed to according to iRacing, so we'll lose quite a bit of iRacing, and maybe with the 2X we can still try to gain some safety rating. Keep building that up. 18 looked like they might have had a bit of an issue trying to move out of the way for the 2, but got it righted, so nothing there to cause a caution at all. We're still getting on the throttle a little too hard.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 98 Fahrenheit.
Just going to try to follow the 7 through. We're a little too far back. Try to get by the 18. 18 stays high. Thank you to him who's being nice to every car, not just lead lap cars.
Okay, Jake. The next car is Lawrence.
We'll have the 9 getting to us relatively soon, so to move for them.
minutes in. The gap's now 9.8.
You can hear we're still about half a lap behind the 15th place car, so just can't seem to make any progress. I think it's also partially because we've been having to move, so you know, I guess it's possible once the leaders get to them that they may have to move as well, but by that point it won't really matter because we'll be not the first car lap down, so if a lucky or caution comes out, we won't get the lucky dog and we'll still be trapped, but get into the wall barely, didn't want to do that. Thankfully not too much contact, able to save it. 9 drives it in hard to get by us, gets a little loose in front of us, kind of had to catch it. I wanted to stay behind them to not hold them up, cause any problem, and there's the caution, so we should be able to get the lucky dog. I did not see what happened because it looks like the 18 is still rolling, so find out if anybody's got any damage or any problems, so hopefully that gives us a shot at the lucky dog to get back on the back of the pack and just try to see if we can pick up any spots, because I definitely feel like we were on pace with some of the guys in the back, so any spots we can get will help us minimize the damage. Got almost about half the race in the run, so it's not bad. If we can go 1 or 2 cautions, I'll be very happy with that. So wait to see if we did indeed. I believe we should. Leader should not have been to the rest of the pack yet. No reason to come to the pit road or slide. If anything, just heated up tires. It didn't actually damage anything since we were able to keep it off the wall. So no reason to come to the pit road at all, and no tires anyway, so none of that part. Do get the lucky dog, so we'll be able to get around to the back of the pack. At least it'll give us a shot to try to start picking up some spots. So thankful to have caught that break. Hopefully it gives you guys a chance to see a little more exciting racing other than just us being way off the pace and having to move for everybody constantly.
Full course yellow, pits are open.
Looks like the 14 was the one to have the issue. Not sure where we are pace-wise, and I'm not sure how much damage they have either. Back end looks to be okay, so maybe it's just a spin around that blocked the track and caused an issue. We'll see what the front end looks like, because it doesn't look like they're going to pit road to fix anything, or if they did. Looks like they got some left front damage, you can see that. 17 is who we were keeping pace with. Honestly, we might have been faster than them. We just had to keep moving cars, didn't really check it too much, and it seems like every time CrewChief was calling out, it was about the same gap, but again, that was, you know, moving for cars multiple times that was slowing us down, so we'll be restarting on the outside. Hopefully gonna get that sooner than later so we can try to take advantage of some green flag laps and see if we can get by anybody. Again, I think it's going to be real tough without the benefit of a lot of wrecks to get back to our starting position, but if we can, you know, pick up even just a couple spots and be, you know, 14th or 13th or something like that, I'll be really happy with that. Just anything we can get is a positive gain, considering we planned on, you know, being trapped a lap down and finishing 16th, so anything we can get will definitely be worth it.
It's closed.
Just gonna kind of hang back since we're gonna be, you know, restarting the back of the line. Not really gonna push anything too hard. No reason to when it's real easy to lose it. I know I want to try to get all the spots I can, but no reason to be, you know, any tighter than I need to be. It's probably worth it to hang back in case a wreck does happen off the restart, and it would be to be real close and you know, be involved in something. So since we have a lucky dog, the 18 will be ahead.
Get ready. Race will resume at the end of this
Now it looks like they're moving us just because they're another lap down, so gonna be restarting on the inside line. Looks like 18 might be getting the outside. I'll take restarting on the inside just because it gives us preferred line in the corner, makes it a little bit easier to enter. And yeah, we'll just kind of evaluate where we are, see what we can do. I think second gear start should be good. 14's kind of hanging up high. Let's see what he's doing. Just see what we can get out of it. Everybody's off and rolling.
Green, 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 let's go.
Looking for that group that's right there. Gonna watch out just to make sure there's no contact this time going through 1. Looks like 14 was trying to drive it in on the inside of the 6 a little bit faster. 17 stuck to the outside, almost borderline 3 wide up there. Just gonna watch this as much as we can, see if we can try to get close to them and get some spots, but also, you know, if they do wreck with contact, we were good enough to be able to avoid it. Just gonna try to see if we have any pace to hang with these guys at all, if they're all still gonna be faster than us. Looks like the 14 got into the outside wall. Did not see a wreck up front. No idea what happened caution-wise, so we'll have to watch that. Looks like the 14 had an issue, maybe an engine blow, and they parked it, so should be 1 spot right there. I didn't see any other smoke or anything, so didn't watch the 18 out behind to see if he spun, but did not see anything else that would have indicated somebody else having problems. So 1 spot at least. 14 might have honestly had more pace than us, so you know, happy to have gotten that spot there. Almost 2/3 of the way done with the race, so just gonna ride around. This at least helps us again get a few more laps without any more incident points. Try to see if we can finish with a 2x. 18's gonna get the lucky dog, so 18 should be now back on the lead lap. No, they'll be 1 lap down. They were 2 laps down, so we will still be the last car on the lead lap. So no matter what, if we get no more cautions and don't get lapped, you know, 15's about the worst we can finish. It's gonna do what we can. Probably feel like I might have had the pace to get by the 6. Maybe hang with the 17. You know, started out a little bit back, but felt like we were closing in a little bit with them. So I would say probably a 13th, maybe 14th place finish is what we're looking at. If it goes green, we can try to drive it clean, not have any issues. But gonna keep our options open. Try to keep the car, you know, going in the right direction, not make any mistakes again, and see if we can try to go after a you know, 12th or 11th or something like that. Maybe shoot for a top 10 if wrecks happen. We're able to avoid those overall, but any spots, like I said, I can get, you know, positive gains after having that mistake early on and being at the back of the pack. So anything I can get will make me very happy. Not sure how we are pace wise with the 18. It looked like, at least on the first run, we were catching them pretty quickly. So in theory, if, you know, even if another caution were to come out, they were to get back on the lead lap, I feel like we're faster than them and should be able to stay in front of them. So we will see what happens. Should be starting on the inside line once we get the 1 to go, since we're 15th. Should at least give us that position again.
We're under caution. It's closed.
And yeah, we'll try to do what we can. Only should have the 18 behind us, or might even honestly do the outside. So no real pressure from behind. Not like we have to be, you know, on top of the car in front of us to make sure we don't get run over from behind. It's very possible that we could kind of have the same start, you know, lag back a little bit, just watch what happens. But it seems like everybody, for the most part, is being fairly respectful. I think the 14 was the only one that was real aggressive there. But he seems to be doing a fairly good job of keeping cars controlled and not having issues. Looks like we had some connections issues there coming. Didn't see everybody blinking, but QR is dropping pretty bad. So hopefully that doesn't cause any problems. Not much I can really do right now. Just gotta hope that clears itself up so we don't get disconnected. Not really sure what's going on. Ran a race before and didn't have any issues, so honestly no idea what's going on, but hopefully it's gonna get us back and count some laps and not put us down. Yeah, super frustrating if that puts us further down or anything, but looks like it's trying to work its way back up, so hopefully by the time we get rolling it'll do something. Lag back a little bit just in case we have issues, almost lose it off the corner. Anyways, got on it too hard, it's still getting in the red, so yeah, it's not recording, which is super frustrating, but we're just going to keep riding around and try to make the most of it. Now it looks like we're losing it on the other side as well, so no clue what's going on internet-wise. That's weird. Hopefully doesn't cause any issues in terms of where we're being scored at, you know, that we're not being counted laps and we're way down. Just have to see what happens. Would imagine, since nobody else is blinking in front of us, that it's just my end, especially since it's, you know, being sent back to iRacing rather than a server issue. It's affecting everybody, but at least got that lap in, so hopefully we can keep being scored and try to do something. 11 gets into the wall. We're going to try to get by him going into 3.
He's still there. Clear to the top.
See if we can clear him. That was a spot we weren't planning on getting, so anything we get looks like it might have fixed itself or been a little bit better, so
P14.
again, feel like we might have the pace to hang with the 17. Just going to try to do what we can. And oh wow, 10 into the wall. We somehow were able to get on the brakes and avoid him, so there's another spot that we didn't plan on. Saw everybody shoot down, didn't think I needed to that quickly, but
P13.
it was very fortunate that we did not get into his left rear at all. Allowed the 7 to pull away a little bit from us, but might be able to get there. 11 looks like they might be faster after getting a couple clean laps in, so we're going to have to try to see if we can hold them back. You know, if they're going to get aggressive, I'll let them go, but, you know, would love to at least try to defend positions for myself, so 17's pulling away. They're probably faster than us. Same thing with the 6. They seem to be hanging with the back of the pack. Looks like you're running right about where we should be, so just going to try to do the best we can and hope that maybe if there's a long enough run and some people have hurt tires, that we can try to get back to them and get by them before the end of the race if it goes green the rest of the way. Move brake bias back a little bit more. 11's still kind of trying to look to the inside into the corner on us.
Clear high.
It's going to have to try to handle the pressure as best as we can, not make any mistakes, and you know, even though we got to look out the rearview mirror and see where they're at, you know, I got to focus ahead and try to hit the marks, try to hit the throttle as best as I can. Same thing with the braking, you know, hit the braking points, not have any issues there. Just trying to do the best that I can. See if we can try to start building a little bit of a gap on the 11. Got some smoke up ahead. Looks like the 8 might have had an issue. Gets it going. Might have slid it off of 4 a little bit. 6 was able to get going by him. 17's closed up on him. Not sure if we'll have enough damage that, you know, we'll be able to get up to him. Don't think so, but just gonna keep trying to run the best that we can. Feel like we're slowly starting to pull away from the 11.
That lap was at 21.
Feel like we got in the corner a little hot there, kind of slid the tires, and then leaned over on the right front too much. Gonna come to the line to start 54, so we'll have 12 to go. With the brake bias back a little bit more. Probably picked up the throttle just a little bit too early there. Didn't get out of the corner quite as well as I wanted to. Feel like I'm entering a little too low, maybe pinching it a little too hard, killing momentum through the corner, so just trying to keep it going in the right direction. It looks like pace-wise 13th is about the best we're going to do, barring any kind of wreck happening up front, so just going to try to keep it clean. Thankfully, with all this, we should be able to finish on the lead lap. 11's trying to look low, caught back up to us. I'm probably driving it a little bit too conservatively. 11 gets into the wall a little bit. Try to look to the outside, probably thinking about a crossover type move, but not close enough to do anything. We almost get the wall with the right rear, but able to keep it going the right way. It's going to be good battle to try to hold the 11 off the last couple laps. 11 gets into our back end, thinking about trying to move us. Just going to have to withstand the pressure the best that we can, try to defend the bottom, and force the 11 to an alternative line to get by us. Wouldn't be shocked to see us get bumped, although 11 gets into the wall in the backstretch, so that gives us a bit of a gap to try to pull away. See if we can maintain that. Just got to take advantage of that break and try to drive as clean as I can.
You've just done a
and
21.40.
bring it home in 13th, which, again, not a very good finish, but you know what, honestly, compared to where I was, that's probably about it, and that is something that I should just feel acceptable with, you know, that's just what my skill set for the Superweight model is right now. It's times when I'm going to run a race and nowhere near the fastest car on the track, and that's just the reality of it, so got to make the most of what I can do, you know, and then work towards what I want to be able to do. You can see Levin's definitely got the pace to close back up on us, so just going to have to try to do our best to defend it. We'll have 6 to go this time at the line, so just going to try to click the laps off and keep it mistake-free, and we should be able to bring it home in 13 if we can do that, barring, you know, any kind of contact out of the 11. Hopefully they won't drive us that way. Like they got a little loose there off of 2. Kind of lost it, but get back to us. All the while, we are definitely not on the pace to even keep with the 7 or anybody up ahead. They're all pulling away from us, so
Your last lap time was
realistically probably should be a 14th place car, but going to try to drive as clean as I can to bring it home 13th. Going to rid the brake bias back as far as it can go, just try to finish it out. Come to the line, start lap 63, we'll have 3 to go. Just trying to focus on hitting my marks, not making any mistakes, and expecting to have to save the car after, you know, the 11 making contact with us. Lately, I've been getting dumped so much that, honestly, it's my expectation, even if it's not going to happen, so I'll be very thankful if the 11 doesn't want to make any contact and wants to run us clean. They're trying to look to the inside. We got on the brakes a little too hard, slid it up in the middle of 3 and 4, thankfully able to keep it going. 11 kept it off of us. Really respectful out of them. Last lap to go. Just gotta try to keep it clean, not make any mistakes, and we should at least be able to salvage a 13th place finish out of it. Really great, clean racing by the 11. Really respect them for running us that way. Even though, you know, we're battling for the back of the pack, I
there we go, it's over.
appreciate them driving us as cleanly as they did. That was really respectful, really thankful out of them. Not something that, you know, I've had the fortune of being able to run with lately, so appreciate that big time. Jump out and check the tires. Not too much really else to look at. It was a pretty clean race overall. You know, we just had that one split that was completely our fault, so check it and see. 83, 87, so not too bad. Still wearing the right front a little bit too much. I got to work on that, but again, you know, I probably was pinching it coming into the corners entering a little too low, which would, you know, overheat that right front compared to the right rear as well. So got a lot to learn. You know, probably a better way to drive the cars off the right rear, get them a little bit looser, pick up some speed through the corners, as well as, you know, heat up the right rear a little more. So all things to learn. If you guys are any good at, or, you know, running faster laps, feel free to leave comments below. Let me know how you did it and what you do differently. So let's go take a look at the results, see how bad that damage was. Hopefully, overall, not too bad. Just glad to have gotten a decent run there at the end. Able to avoid the problems that happened, pick up a couple spots that way, as well as, you know, finish it out green. 2 cautions, not too bad overall. Was the top split out of 2, 29.01. So for super late models, from what I've seen, not too bad overall, strength of field wise. Still pretty low in general, but not too bad, given that the participation's been off a little bit. Actually, you can see we only lost about 6 due to our car numbers. So not too bad given where we could have been. We were about 4.5 tenths off pace-wise, just nowhere near it. One of the slower cars on the track, but, you know, at least able to try to minimize the incidents overall. Gained us 0.2 on the safety rating, so we're slowly climbing back up. Would love to get it above 4, but, you know, at least headed in the right direction, trying to get above 3. So that way, if we can finish there, but then the season we can at least get promoted to A license. So trying to get some races back in the right direction. Just trying to get some confidence and start to enjoy it again, but also, try to apply any skills I'm learning, get a little bit better, try to develop every time, and get things headed back in the right direction. Turn around maybe, while we won't finish the season where we started, at least try to get it in a positive direction. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. At least we got some cars to run around for a little bit. Even though we were back of the pack and one of the slowest cars on the track, hopefully you guys were able to enjoy that a little bit. Remember to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. Until the next time, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.